serve cold, but the Wolves and the Hawks never shiver in the snow. The Bulls keep it running, the Sox run the South, the Cubs run the North, but the Bears run the house. True Chicago sports fans got their ears to the street. Any team make a move and they never skip a beat. And in this house, this is where we be. Welcome to the show with E-Roc and Big-Z.
Welcome to Chicago. Coming from the True Chicago Sports Fan Cave, this is the TCSF podcast with your host, E-Roc and Big-Z.
Yeah.
Episode 50 is brought to you by 606 Media, True Chicago Sports Fans, ACSI, Grit Clothing Company. Don't forget to go to gritclothingco.com and get your official TCSF podcast t-shirt. Search for keyword True Chicago and use our promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off your entire order. That is TrueFan15 for your official TCSF shirts now.
Go and get your shirts, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, get that gear. As always, I am Big Z, and I'm here with my boy, the man, the myth, the legend, E-Roc. What up, E?
What's good, Z? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in. If you are a first-timer or a long-timer, please remember to hit that subscribe button, that notify button, and give us our 5 stars on your listening app of choice. And don't forget, you can support the show with a monthly subscription at anchor.fm/True Chicago Sports Fans/support. Z, let me tell you a little bit about our friends over at ACSI. With over 50 expert technicians in the Chicagoland area, ACSI offers a one-stop shop for telecom wiring, whether residential cable installation, fiber to the home, or commercial structured cable wiring. Z, let me tell you the most impressive thing about ACSI. During these hard times, the ACSI crew did their thing during the COVID-19 pandemic, and ACSI was awarded HACIA's 2020 Contractor of the Year award. The best part is that ACSI is growing bigger and better than ever. ACSI is now hiring for field sales, technicians, and project managers. Check out acsi.tech, that's acsi.tech, and click on careers to apply today.
Go get you a job.
Go and get a job. What's good, Z-Man? How are you, and how was your week?
Week was exciting. That big storm that came through yesterday was exciting. Yeah,
that was a little wild.
Yeah, I got to walk home in that. It's fine. Sometimes you got to walk in the rain, man. It's get that feeling of being a kid again.
Well, look,
broke and walking.
If you're like me,
yeah, you
got what they call a bottomless leg. You know what that is?
No.
You can keep drinking and drinking and drinking because you got a bottomless leg. You just kind of pour it in there, right?
You gotcha.
So the nice thing about that is that if you're walking home from your local establishment, you're nice and weighed down.
How was your week, man?
It was good, man. Father's Day, you know what I mean? Like, we went out, hang out with the family, went to the flea market, check out. That's my my style all day, and then come home, watch the movies with the kids.
What you watch?
And relax. We watched a couple movies. We'll talk about them later a little bit.
Oh, okay. I got you.
We'll save those for the end.
Gotcha.
All right, y'all. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
What's going on with the Cubs? The White Sox trying to hold on here.
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of injuries piling up for them.
Yeah.
The craziness going on with the Bears and their possible move.
Let's do it.
But first, it's time for veteran TCSF reporter Big Z and the Big Three with Big Z.
Thanks, E-Roc. I am Big Z, and you're not. Now, for today's stories. Story number 1, Michael Jordan. Yes, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, his greatness. And the Jordan brand announced Monday a partnership with 11 emerging WNBA players. Wow. The largest group of Jumpman it has endorsed in the women's game. So he's endorsing women's basketball players now.
I mean, it's gotten to the point. I think Nike in general has made a pretty good push to include women's sports and to make people aware, hey, it's not. I remember the campaign says it's not like we've gotten better. We've always been here. Yeah. Y'all been the one that's been sleeping.
Yeah, y'all been snoozing out. Yeah.
So that's on y'all. We've been here.
I can watch a WNBA game because it's very similar to the college game where it's very fundamental.
Yes.
So it's going to be a competitive game. So
yeah, absolutely.
So the endorsement group was announced via Twitter, and it features Maya Moore, Kia Nurse. Is it Kia Nurse? Okay. Asia Durr. Oh yeah, great.
Satu Sabali.
There you go. Satu Sabali. Chelsea Dungy.
Yeah.
Oh, like Coach Dungy. Gotcha. Yeah. Ariel Powers. That's an awesome name.
That is a cool name.
Crystal Dangerfield. Aurelia.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, we'll go with that. Aurelia Karen. Jesus.
Hey.
Nice. Her last name is not Jesus. It looks like what? It looks like guarantees.
Guarantees.
Guarantees. Tio Cooper, D'Arcia, Hambly.
Erica.
Sure, we'll go with that too. And Jordan Canada. Wow, they got some cool names, man.
They do got some cool names.
I mean, this is awesome. I mean, obviously, they're underpaid. We know that that's the issue. But the problem is that if you don't have sponsorships, you don't have ad revenue coming in, it's hard to pay these athletes equally.
Well, the thing is that when we take a look at the fact that men's sports brings in advertising, like you said, it also brings in revenue from fans. It also brings in revenue from merchandise.
Right.
And it's like we were saying, the ad revenue that you're getting. So think about, for example, the Marquee Network. That's a lot of ad revenue, and that's why they made their own network so they could do their thing. So, I mean, that's the difference when we're talking about paying female athletes versus male. It's what the league brings in, and that's what it gets distributed to.
And people are, they want to jump leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
This league is still in its infancy.
Yeah. This is.
What is it? 25 years now?
Maybe.
I think it's 25 years. Yeah. So I mean,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It's in their infancy. I mean, the NBA, the NFL, all these sports have been around for almost 100 years.
And there's a lot of athletes that play in the NBA or WNBA that have been around for a long time, that have made their way in
broadcasting,
not just basketball, but in broadcasting and ownership, things like that, and coaching. So I mean, like, we're seeing it emerge and grow and grow and grow. It's just not at that point yet.
Right. Again, it's not going to happen overnight, people.
Right.
Story number 2. Oh boy, here we go. This is something that we're going to be talking about probably all summer, man. Pitchers will be ejected and suspended for 10 games for using illegal foreign substances to doctor baseballs in a crackdown by a Major League Baseball. And that will start today.
Yeah, that started.
DeGrom got checked today.
Yes.
And they literally checked his glove, checked his hat, checked his jersey, checked his belt.
Yeah, they checked him. They checked both the pitchers in the Cubs game. It was Adbert Alzolay and Civale, I don't know his first name, that guy for the Indians. So I mean, like, it seems like they're starting right away. And they're going to be cracking down. I'm willing to bet for the first 2 weeks at least, you're going to see almost every pitcher get checked.
Yeah, and it's the way they do it. It's like they wait till the pitcher comes off the mound.
Yeah.
And once he gets by his dugout, the manager comes out and he supervises the inspection. I mean,
right. So the one thing was that they said that for closers, they're going to get checked before the game, but everyone else is going to get checked like while they're out there. So I mean,
there's still ways to do it. There's still ways to do it, man.
Yeah, I mean,
you'll have an infielder that can put pine tar in his glove. Ozzie Guillen did it all the time.
But that's the whole point, is that they're going to be checking this stuff. I think that's what it is. Look, it's you're going to see the big thing that they talked about in baseball last year was you have a lot of change in spin rate, and we're seeing a lot of weird stuff going on with baseball right now. But one of the things that you have to take into consideration is that if these pitchers do not have that substance, it's going to give them extra spin rate. What we're going to see is more pitchers getting injured, because now they're going to have to try to find a way to either throw harder or a different launch angle or a different arm slot or whatever it is.
So essentially what happens with the pitcher who doesn't have that sticky stuff on his hand.
You're going to change the grip.
Yeah, it's first of all, you have to grip a little harder because these baseballs are slick.
Yeah.
When it's a brand new baseball, they are super slick.
Absolutely.
So now you're putting more pressure on your fingers, which puts pressure on the ulnar ligaments. Those are the ligaments in your elbow. So guess what? You'll see a lot more Tommy John.
Well, we're going to see that. I mean, just in general, you got to take into consideration the fact that last year we only had 60 games. So we're seeing a lot of injuries just in general.
Yes.
That on top of this thing that's going on here. But it's funny because I feel like every year, right in the middle of the season, MLB finds a way to tinker with what's going on.
Right.
So it's either, the balls are, they're wound too tight or juiced or whatever the hell it is.
Hold my balls.
Okay, well, now you've been wanting more offense, so now you get more offense, and now you're complaining. So now you say, okay, well, what's going on with these pitchers? Now, I know for a fact that there are managers that are going to go out there and request that the opposing pitcher gets checked.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like, whether we like it or not, it's just like flopping in the NBA. It's within the rules, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah, and what really bothers me is, like, you're complaining about the time of each game. You're slowing down the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what you're doing. So again, the penalty is a paid vacation, essentially, because
Right.
it's 10 games with pay.
Well, especially for a pitcher, you know what I mean?
So that's
you're
two starts.
So unless the way to crack down on a pitcher is 2 starts, say or to say 10 starts or whatever it is.
That'd be different.
That's a whole different
right,
ballgame,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
So-
Like 60 days automatic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's different. But
That'd
I mean,
be different.
But I think in order to get to that point, you have to get past this year and see what the rate of pitchers that you actually find the stuff in. So we'll see by the end of the season what really going on.
And
there.
it's already been taken effect. Like I was telling you off air, Yu Darvish, his spin rate is way down.
Yeah.
And he got rocked his last outing.
Well, he's going to play against the Dodgers tonight, so that's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, again, yeah. All right, story number 3, and this is actually breaking news today. Carl Nassib, a defensive lineman with the Las Vegas Raiders, became the first active NFL player in league history to do it while he's playing, and he announced that he is gay. We're in a society now where that is more of a common thing for people to out themselves and say, "Hey, I am gay and I'm proud," or whatever.
This is what I'll say about this, and some of the reaction that I had when I was telling people about this story is, why should that matter? It's not a big deal. But I'll tell you why it matters. It matters because representation matters. He is the first active player to come out and say that he's gay while he's been an active player. We've seen players come out after their retirement. We saw Michael Sam in the league, but he came out in college. So this, it's not like it's the first time that there's, been a gay player.
No.
It's the first time there's been an openly gay player that announced or that came out of the closet while he's active on a team.
And he's a young guy.
He's 28.
Yeah. So let's play what he said. So let's see if we can get that audio here for you.
I'm Carl Nassib. I'm at my house here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Just want to take a quick moment to say that I'm gay. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I finally feel comfortable enough to get it off my chest. I really have the best life. I got the best family, friends, and job a guy could ask for. I'm a pretty private person, so I hope you guys know that I'm really not doing this for attention. I just think that representation and visibility are so important. I actually hope that one day videos like this and the whole coming out process are just not necessary. But until then, I'm going to do my best and do my part to cultivate a culture that's accepting, that's compassionate, and I'm going to start by donating $100,000 to the Trevor Project. They're an incredible organization. They're the #1 suicide prevention service for LGBTQ youth in America, and they're truly doing incredible things. And I'm very excited to be a part of it, to help in any way that I can. And I'm really...
All right, so he made his announcement on his own Instagram account, and I thought that was very brave of what he did. Again, him donating to a cause, and this being Pride Month, I guess you can put that all together as a big package of saying, here's my representation. I play for the NFL.
Right.
I'm openly gay.
Right.
I'm going to support my fellow...
Your community.
Your community. There you go. Thank you for the word.
So the thing is that, like I said, we want it to not be a big deal, because
it shouldn't be, right?
You and I have friends that are gay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we have friends that are trans or have become trans. Like transitions since we known them last or whatever it is. But the fact of the matter is that, yes, it's Pride Month, and you'll get people say, well, don't shove it in my face. I says, it matters until it stops mattering to everyone. That's what it is. That's why we have Black History Month. That's why we have Women's History Month. And that's why we have Pride Month, because it will matter until it doesn't matter anymore. Okay.
Until it's a norm.
Right. And that's the thing, is that at some point you have to accept it. It just is what it is, and if you're on the other side of that, I feel sorry for you. Because, all these people are asking for is to be treated with respect and treated equally. And that's all this is about. So I think that looking at it this way is brave. Because, we're going
to remember, it's a macho league. Remember this.
So,
there's a lot of testosterone in that locker room, and you may have closed-minded people who play for the NFL.
So there's 2 names that I want to bring up real quick, and it's Ernie Banks and it's O.J. Simpson. And these 2 guys, Ernie Banks was the first African-American player to play for the Chicago Cubs, and O.J. Simpson was like the best running back during the time when there was a lot of race riots and your revolution in the 60s, okay? These are 2 players that did not lean on the fact that they were black. They didn't want... They were... fearful of what they would have been seen as if they had spoken out about being black, about being the first black Cub, about being a very early, very good black baseball player, playing against other players who hate you just for existing.
Yeah, for the color of your skin, which is stupid.
And that's why, even more so, a player that is current, and yeah, he's not a superstar, but a player that is current is coming out. And I promise you, one of these superstar players, the top 20 pick on your fantasy league every year, one of them is gay, maybe more.
Right.
They're just when you have fear of repercussion, you will be not just silent on your own, but you won't be able to be who you are in front of everyone else.
Well, again, if you're one of those top 20, you're like, well, I'm gonna, keep my brand.
Yes.
As
yes.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, being a gay person can hurt your brand in a sport like football.
Right, because then you won't get to advertise.
Or any
it doesn't matter what sport.
League, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
All right, y'all. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Welcome back to the TCSF podcast with E-Roc and Big-Z.
Yeah.
This is The Loop, our Chicago sports roundup where we keep you in the loop.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago.
Yo, E, what's going on with the Chicago Bears? They're making news.
Yeah, they are. The possibility of the Bears leaving Soldier Field for a new stadium in Arlington Heights took a significantly more realistic turn last week.
Let's do it.
The Bears have made a bid to acquire the Arlington International Racecourse, according to a report in the Arlington Heights Daily Herald. Team president and CEO Ted Phillips confirmed this in a comment submitted to the newspaper, as reported by Christopher Plasek of the Herald. Dude, is this really going to happen?
I hope it does, dude. You get a stadium just like SoFi or Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. You get one of those stadiums.
Jerry World.
Yeah. Well, that's an old stadium now. Screw them. Screw them.
Like 3 years old.
Yeah, screw them. Give me the SoFi Stadium or the Allegiant Stadium. I want the new and improved, I mean, it's
Yeah.
First of all, if they can get this stadium, they're going to be able to see maybe 100,000 people in there.
Yeah, so the thing is, right now, I think the Bears are sitting at around
61 and a half.
Yeah, and the old Soldier Field could take 100.
Right.
So now they're looking at like such a significant loss in the amount of
well, this is why they can't host a Super Bowl.
Well, that plus the fact that they're going to be outside in the cold.
Yeah,
that little spaceship thing that they landed on it. So, look, the Bears absolutely 100% need to do this.
Yes.
You finally get, by hook or by crook, a good young quarterback who is actually looked at as a good young quarterback, who is a good young African-American quarterback on the Chicago Bears, which we have never seen before. We have never seen anything like that right now. So, I mean, like, to pair him up with a brand new, beautiful state-of-the-art stadium in the next couple of years, you have to do that. Absolutely.
You've got to do it. Once you got that, not only do you own your own stadium and you're not renting from the Park District,
right,
but now you have revenue coming in, not just for 8 weeks.
Yes.
Now you have revenue coming in for 365 days possible.
So the thing is that the McCaskies are going to need help if they're going to go ahead and get a stadium.
They need private financing.
Right, exactly. So I mean, like, right now, I want to say their net worth is about $3 to $4 billion, and with a brand new stadium, it would probably be valued about double that.
Yeah, so it'll take about $5 billion just to make the stadium, but you got to remember that they have to adjust the surroundings for it. What I mean by that is that you got to build more roads, because there's only one road to get in and out right now,
right,
because it doesn't need that much of a traffic.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have the stadium and you have everything around it. I mean, absolutely. But
so you need a hotel, a casino, sports book.
That's what I'm looking at right there, because you think about you get a hotel or casino right there, the revenue that it would bring into the state, which they desperately need.
Right.
It would be huge. Now that's where you get into the thing. Well, do we want taxpayers paying for this, or does it have to be publicly funded or privately funded? Well, the thing is that if the Cook County or the state of Illinois does help them build the stadium, they're going to benefit from all the taxes.
They are going to benefit, but the thing is that they can go to the route of the NFL. The NFL does have a slush fund for new stadiums, so they can go and borrow from the NFL at a lower percentage.
Gotcha.
And then also, if you're getting privately funded, you can also get that money in, and you can build your stadium and build the area around it. So you can, like I said, you can put a sports book, you can put the hotel out there.
Yeah.
And if the other team doesn't want to stay at your hotel, then screw them. I don't care. You know, we want
I guess that's true.
You know, because they're like, oh, we want to be downtown Chicago. Well, go ahead. You take the 45-minute drive, and then you get stuck in traffic trying to get to the game. I literally,
because you can come here early. You can come here whenever you want and do your thing in Chicago. I mean, I get it. You're traveling all the time anyway because you're either away from home or you're at your training facility or you're playing your away games or a lot of these these
and
guys.
It's closer to your airport too.
Unless you're from Chicago,
right?
Or unless you play for Chicago, you will go live somewhere else. Most of the people that play for Chicago live in Chicago because it's so great.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of places are just like, no, I'm going back to Alabama. I don't want. But so a big part of what we were talking about is the fact that there is a contract that the Bears have with the Chicago Park District that goes until 2033.
But they can buy out.
But they can buy out because their buyout is only $8 million a year.
Chump change.
Now we say $8 million. We say only $8 million, like it's no big deal.
For a franchise, that's chump change.
100%, because right there you got what? That's 1 year of Nick Foles.
And you see how the Bears waste money, so $8 million is nothing.
You know what I mean? So you're gonna tell me you can't swing $8 million a year, and the thing is that it's not like that goes against your cap.
No,
you'd make that up like it would. In like a game.
So this is one of the biggest things that people don't understand. So if, like, for example, a Justin Field jersey, right?
Yep.
So if I go to NFL.com and buy one, that goes into a pot, and those funds get distributed to all the teams evenly.
Profit sharing.
Right. Now, but if I go to the Bears Superstore that they're going to build there, and I buy a Justin Fields jersey at the game, or just go to that specific store and buy it there, now the Bears get 100% of those proceeds.
Right.
So again, if you have a store with all your gear there, which people will buy stuff.
Well, a store that's open all year.
That's what I'm saying, like the Bulls, just like the Bulls do. Right.
Because the store that they have there, and they have a bunch of gear stores in the stadium, but it's only open when the game is on.
Right, which is, again,
right.
You're trying to create revenue on a 365-day schedule. That's what you want.
100%.
All right. What else we got for the Bears?
So Justin Fields and Andy Dalton seem to be BFFs forever.
That's a good picture.
Justin Fields came out and he said that Andy's completely taken me under his wing. Any questions I have for him, he's going to answer. I think there was one day after OTAs, I was throwing extra after practice, and he stayed out there specifically to see maybe what I was doing wrong and what he could help me out with. He's been a huge help for sure. Look, Andy Dalton is a veteran. He's a professional. I mean, I can't sit here and say that Nick Foles wouldn't do the same before a rookie. If Mitch was a rookie when Foles was here, I think you would have a different dynamic. But Mitch got Mike Glennon. I mean,
the giraffe?
Mike Glennon? Earthworm Jim? Are you for real?
Earthworm Jim. Good reference. So, look, reference.
I think right now what we've seen Nagy come out and say, the Bears come out and say that they already have their sights set on Andy Dalton being the starter. But I'm really glad to see that he's actually working with Justin. I mean, I'm a big fan of Justin Fields. I've said it before.
He's the Bears' Derrick Rose. We lucked out. We got a great player.
And he's got the number 1 jersey.
Yes, exactly.
The number 1 jersey.
There you go.
So another thing that happened, we're talking about quarterbacks. Jay Cutler appeared on Barstool Sports, Pardon My Take, and he said that he endured double-digit concussions, pinning the number at about 15.
I believe it's probably higher. Probably forgot.
Yeah, well, host Dan Katz asked the former quarterback about his current health status and asked if he feels 100% healthy now after retiring from the Miami Dolphins following the 2017 season. Physically, I feel good, Cutler said. I've lost weight. But he went on to mention his prediction about his health. He said CTE is coming at some point without a doubt. He's talking about the progressive and fatal brain disease that researchers have connected to repeated traumatic brain injuries. We've seen this with players on the Bears, like Dave Duerson. Dave Duerson very famously committed suicide, but he made sure he put a bullet in his chest so that his brain could be donated for CTE research. So Cutler revealed that in that Barstool Sports interview that he is being proactive in addressing the potential onset of CTE, and that includes the NAD therapy, which is intravenous drip, and it's a promising treatment for delaying age-related cognitive degenerative diseases. So probably like Alzheimer, things like that. This is what that drug is used for. I'm a Cuddy fan, like just as a player. I thought, and even like as a guy, to like personally, where I'm kind of like on the edge of all the time. Like I have a lot of acquaintances, but very few friends. So I'm kind of like standoffish to a lot of people. I know how he is. I know how he reacts. You know what I mean? Like I'm like,
you're like, well, that's kind of like me.
I'm like, that's well, he didn't do nothing. That's normal. So I mean, like I defend his I defend his demeanor as well. But look, I mean, all kidding aside, I hope that he's good, and I hope that this isn't something that really does attack him. But he is afraid of it, obviously.
Yeah, I would be too. I mean, again, football's going to change in the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the health of these players is something that's very serious, and the NFL started with now putting that kind of like a not retirement fund, but a CTE fund for these guys,
right?
So they can get treatment once they're out of the game. But I'm telling you, NFL's going to change. I don't know if it's going to go to flag football or what.
No, I mean, I think they've done a pretty good job of finding a way to protect the offensive players in the last couple of years.
It's usually I'm saying about the offensive line. That those guys, that's a car crash every single time.
That's the scary thing right there. You look at guys like Kyle Long and Olin Kreutz and Roberto Garza and all these guys that were going for all these years. Right now, I know that Kreutz does a lot of TV with the Bears, but eventually when he steps away, is it going to be because 10, 15 years down the road, he's not cognizant enough to put together those thoughts and those words that he wants to?
I think those players that go into broadcasting, obviously they're using their brain on a consistent basis, so that should help out. I mean, obviously there's going to be some type of damage, but yeah, we don't know what that's going to look like in 20, 30 years. We don't know
because treatment is different too. I mean, treatment is developing every day, and people forget that technology breeds technology. So the faster they develop something, the faster the next thing can be developed. So I mean, like I said, hopefully he's good, and hey, we wish for the best for Cuddy and his family. So what's going on with them Bulls, man?
The Chicago Bulls. We're going to be on the clock pretty soon. All right.
I know, man.
Okay, so last March, when the Bulls traded away their first-round pick in the 2021 NBA draft, they did not expect to miss the 2021 postseason.
They did not at all.
I mean,
they thought they were going. So
yeah, they thought they did. All right, so yet they find themselves hoping to keep their pick away from Orlando Magic in Tuesday's draft lottery.
Yeah, so that's what they gave up for Vucci, man.
Yeah, so because they're out, it could be a high lottery pick. So the Bulls land the pick in the top 4 in the draft. They will retain their pick, and then they can add a significant building block to the roster.
Right. So I mean, if they somehow possibly luck into the 4,
fingers crossed,
4 pick, they get to keep the pick.
Yeah. I mean, let's do it.
Yeah, like, it's wild.
It's happened before. We had less than 1% to get Derrick Rose, and we got him.
So what happens if they get the pick outside the top 4?
Then it just automatically goes to Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's top 4 protected. Yeah. All right. Other Bulls news: Pat Williams made the NBA All-Second team.
Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Good for him. I mean,
can't wait.
Again, I think that the fate of the Chicago Bulls in the next 10 years
is looking up.
Well, it rests on him. Like I said, if he turns into a superstar, because I don't think one's going to fall into their lap. I mean, there's talk now that the Sixers are out of the playoffs, that they might be linked to Ben Simmons. But as we were saying before, there's no way.
There's no way in hell that's going to happen, because he's making 36, 40, and 37 million respectively for the next 3 years.
That's a lot.
And the man can't shoot the damn ball.
Yeah.
The man was in front of the rim, just dunked the dude. You're like 6'7", dunk the ball over somebody.
I mean, I don't think the Bulls would need him for his offensive talent, but I think what happens is when you're paying a guy that much money, you're going to get the Jason Hayward effect, that no matter how many Gold Gloves he wins, unless he's hitting 30 home runs, he's not worth the money. Yeah. To me, he's saving those home runs, so I mean, like, it balances it out.
Balances
I mean? But people don't want to hear that.
No,
people don't care about defense; they care about scoring.
So the Bulls are also linked to to be interested in Spencer Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie, I mean, a familiar name for Bulls fans. You know, he was around here, and the Bulls gave up on him, and then he went to the Nets, but the Nets got all these damn players over there. So the funny thing is that the Nets are out, the Lakers are out.
Yep.
The Clips somehow made it, but now we got the Suns and the Clips, and I'm going to tell you that should be a great series.
I can't wait to see that. I hope it goes 7.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
A little quick note on the Nets. So Durant wears a size 16 shoe, and this man chooses to wear a one size bigger shoe. And that last shot he took was on the line by a toe.
And he was like, my big ass shoe. My big ass.
Should have worn a regular shoe, man.
Yeah, look, man, I get it. My kiddo outgrew her cleats already this season somehow.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't know, man.
But a kid's expected. It's a grown man.
Like, hey, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. That night, you definitely feel like a nut.
Nah, yes, he does. All right, the Chicago Fire.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know. Your favorite soccer team.
Oh,
Football. The Chicago Fire finally have addressed the logo issue. Logo gate.
Okay.
So I everybody who's a Chicago Fire fan has always said that they love the Chicago Fire crest. And it was, an homage to the Chicago firefighters and, the actual, Chicago Fire of whenever it was, whatever year that was. Yeah. So they came out with a new logo because they're like, oh, we're going to Soldier Field now. And here's a new logo, and it's orange and yellow. Dude, our colors are red, white, and blue. They're the Chicago flag colors. And you changed the logo to a completely different thing. People were in uproar.
Hey, guys, we're talking about the Chicago Fire.
the Chicago Fire.
Oh, goody. Hey,
Yeah, so the new crest is out, and it looks like the Chicago flag. It's got a nice C on it. It's got the baby blue, the dark blue outline on the circle. It's a very nice one. I still would like my old one, but this is an improvement.
We've been friends for a long time.
Yes, sir.
I'm very glad that all 7 of you are happy. Congratulations. Okay.
You know what it is the fans got the input on the logo.
Yeah, I mean, look, and we're looking at like the very fringe of professional sports in Chicago. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that, and I feel like Chicago Fire fans are like White Sox fans. You love them because they're Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. You're like, oh, they're just so Chicago to me. And I'm like, I get it. You're supporting that, Yeah,
and they really suck. They really. I'm gonna say it right now. I literally was talking to my friend Bo. We graduated from Northeastern together. And he's a police officer, and I was like, dude, what's up with this team? He's like, dude, have me on the podcast. I'm like, dude, I can't give you an hour. I can't give you an hour to rip on a Chicago Fire. I'm like, give me some bullet points and I'll talk about them. But
I feel like this is back in the day when ESPN had like the Hockey Minute, and that was it. Like I can't understand why we're still talking about this. That's my problem right now. I was like, what is going on here? So I did want to mention one cool thing that came out. Actually, it was today. So Eli Manning joined the Giants' business operations and fan engagement role. So basically, he's Scottie Pippen for the Giants.
And getting paid, yeah.
Right. So, I mean, like, who would you think for a former Bear, who would you want to be in that role for the Bears?
Ooh, a former Bear? Let's have Cuddy.
So.
Let's have Cuddy up there. He could be slinging his meat.
We have the meat.
Oh, man. Look, man, I would love that. I think that would be hilarious.
Right.
I would be hilarious.
And now that he's doing his Instagram post, yeah, he's funny.
Man, Cutler, look, you don't have to like him as a player, but he's funny as hell, man.
He is funny.
He is funny, and he's engaging, and he's charming, and he's living his best life, man. So good for him.
That's awesome. All right, we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago.
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride. So do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15
for 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
We all know that 2020 was no joke, and with an ever-changing world climate, many people are looking for a new opportunity. Guys, are you looking for a career that rewards effort and makes you feel valued as a team member? Let me tell you a little about our friends at ACSI. ACSI is a certified RCN business agent. They provide the same RCN services with a personalized touch. Their sales and technician teams work hand in hand, ensuring your experience will be smooth and pleasant. Gone are the days of being transferred from one person to the next. At ACSI, they handle everything from start to finish. It's never been so easy to get internet service. ACSI is a growing Chicagoland company that encourages personal growth and rewards perseverance. As they expand, they're looking for passionate, responsible, and honest professionals to join their team. A career with ACSI means you'll be part of a hardworking, flexible, and dynamic team that is a leader in the installation of cable and internet services in the Chicagoland area. Best of all, ACSI was awarded Hacia's 2020 Contractor of the Year Award. Are you ready to grow with a local Chicago company on the rise? Check out acsi.tech and click on careers to get started. That's acsi.tech and click on careers. Welcome back to the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with E-Roc and Big-Z.
Yeah.
It's time to touch bases with our baseball teams. This is 3 up and 3 down.
I think I'll perplex him with my slow ball.
1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out.
Yo, E, what's up with the Cubbies, man? Those fish had y'all number.
Bro, the Cubs have been hot garbage at the plate for the whole month of June. In case y'all didn't know, there are 6 players hitting under 200 in the month of June. And
Jeez.
I am hoping that once July comes back around, they pick it up because they are not doing it. Let me tell you, Bryant, Baez, Contreras, Happ, Wisdom, and Hayward, surprise. They are all under 200 for the month of June. And my question is, what the hell is going on here?
Shut your mouth.
I think we've had enough.
Shut for
here.
1 second. Real quick, shut your mouth.
I needed someone
Wait,
to
shut your
work
mouth.
this.
Shut your mouth.
I'm sorry.
No, what it is the spin rate. The spin rate's a lot faster. It's affecting baseball. Again, they killed the ball. They juiced it last year, and then the seams are super tight in there now, so the ball's really slick, so the spin rate's a little faster, and along with the pitchers that we're using stuff. So yeah, the pitchers have the advantage.
So what do you think? You think that
because it's all over MLB. People, we got good players hitting like 230, 240.
Well, you got to remember, like we're at that point in the season where basically last year we're at how many games we played all of last season.
Yeah,
right
I think that we're about game 65 right now or something like that. So yeah, this is exactly what they played. So some of these guys are not conditioned for it, especially if they arrive late for spring training and all that.
Well, you can't forget there were all the minor league guys that really weren't there at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they never got a season. They got that off-site training or whatever the hell it was. But I mean, look, I'm hoping that now that they're cracking down on pitchers, that's what's really causing the Cubs to just completely be crap at the plate. But you know, they got to pick it up, man. Like even a guy like Patrick Wisdom, who is their spark plug, just like he is not getting it done right now. So and Javi, that's rushing. Now again, this is just for the month of June.
Yes.
You know, what is it, June the 18th or 20th or one of these?
21st already. There we go.
But you know, hey, I'm gonna give you a week. you better pick it up. You better pick it up. Speaking of Javi, he decided not to enter the home run derby. He's going to focus on his health.
That is a wise decision.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a contract year, buddy.
It's a contract year, and as a Cubs fan, that I don't want to see him in it this year.
To mess up his swing?
I don't know if it messes up his swing. I mean, hell, it might get him back on track because he likes hitting them. He likes hitting the dingers.
Yeah, he's a very streaky hitter, so it could help him.
But now, so like I'm cool if Javi doesn't want to go in it.
No, but he's going to be in the All-Star game, so it don't matter.
But Shohei Ohtani from the Angels, he's going to be in it. The pitcher, pitcher that was already injured.
Do you know what he did in this past week? Home run, home run, home run. Pitched, got a win. Home run, home run, home run on those days. So on the days when he was playing on the outfield, he's got home runs, and then he gets a win for the team as well.
Well,
talk about MVP already.
Absolutely.
He's running away with it.
He's basically like, he's pitching like what's his name? Your boy from the Dodgers.
Trevor?
Trevor Bauer. He's pitching like he's still using the oily crap on his hands, but he's hitting. Mm-hmm. He's hitting like Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Kyle Schwarber.
That's a home run this week.
5 home runs in 2 games.
We knew he could do that.
5 home runs in 2 games.
Yeah. You know how he is. He's feast or famine.
Are you losing your mind? Are you losing your mind yet? Because we have Darvish out there who we could use right now.
Yep.
And I've seen a lot of people, a lot of Cubs fans going absolutely insane when they heard that Kyle Schwarber hit all that. Guess what? You know who else is hot right now? Jock Peterson. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
What is the difference?
And Peterson's a better defender.
What do you? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Way better defender.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But what do you think about Ohtani, man?
Ohtani's is a once in a lifetime kind of athlete. I mean, what it is that he is going to be the Steph Curry for MLB, where he's going to change the game.
Yeah, I got you.
So like you're going to see. I mean, obviously, when you're in college and you're a pitcher, you do hit, and then there's who's the pitcher? Arrieta can hit, right?
Yeah, Arrieta can hit. I mean, there's a few.
And they used the pitching. They used Arrieta to pinch hit before. I've seen it. So it's going to start a new wave of allowing the pitchers to. It's not going to start right away. It's going to start though.
You think he's going to be influential to the point where you're going to have kids now playing in little leagues try to do both. They try to do both anyway right now. Because,
they do both anyways, right?
Because you don't know what you can do until you get a little bit older. You don't know what you're really good at.
But the instruction
at that age, you're playing all positions.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't have a position until you kind of get like 13 maybe.
Yeah, when you get into high school, you kind of stick to a couple positions. But what I'm saying is like MLB, what they do, especially in the minors, is say, "Oh, you're a third baseman."
Yeah. And
that's it. And now we're seeing that transition of like, "Oh, let's make you a versatile player to play different positions because it might get you the majors faster."
Literally look at all of the Cubs roster right now. All of the Cubs roster, and that was something that they've
except for Rizzo, right? Except for Rizzo,
right? Well, yeah, but I mean, all by like there's 5 or 6 guys that are like versatile in that sense. But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you one guy who they don't have to worry about.
You talking about MVP Bryant?
No, I'm talking about my boy Craig Kimbrell. He already recorded his 20th save of the season last weekend, and he now has 49 strikeouts in the season, and he has a .61 ERA.
He's back.
He is back, and he is currently tied for 9th all-time with 368 saves. Now, if he and Chris Bryant are playing at their highest level, this is going to be an interesting summer.
It is going to be an interesting summer, and if they keep playing like this, and not the way they're batting right now for the month of June,
right?
But if they start hitting again, you're going to see the Cubs be buyers.
Yeah.
Now, what can they do? Who are they going to get? Who's available? That's still to be seen because we're super early.
The Cubs right now, they're going to go as Chris Bryant goes, because right now, as their best player, as their best hitter, Javi is going to be streaky as hell. We know that.
Yeah.
Rizzo's going to come and go. We know that. Chris Bryant is going to be the key to the whole summer. And if their pitching has been decent, I mean, they definitely need a starter because I don't like the back end of that rotation.
No.
I don't like some of the front end of the rotation, but it is what it is. Because I mean, the other question is that how long of a leash are they going to give Jake Arrieta? Because
initially you signed him just to eat innings.
Right.
And now you're like, well, we're kind of in the hunt, so we need you to do a little bit better than this.
The problem is that when you're only eating 4 innings a game, that's not cutting it.
No, because you're hurting your bullpen now.
Right. You're just running them into the ground. But hey, Kimbrell's gonna be just he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and like I said, if he can shut the door on some of these close games, if the Cubs can keep themselves close enough, they'll be all right.
They'll be all right.
All right, man. What's going on the south side?
White Sox. Go, White Sox.
The south side, the Chicago White Sox. It looks like the White Sox will be looking at some options to fill the hole left by Nick Madrigal. He's out for the year with that torn tendon in his hamstring. And then we also had not Engel. Eaton went down with the hamstring, and now he's on 10 days too.
You know how I feel about hammies, man.
Yeah, they're tight. All right. So the White Sox are looking some options. So first option would be to go into the farm system. The Charlotte Knights. We have a prospect named Jake Berger. Now, Jake Berger, some people might know, some people might not. He was a high draft pick. He can hit. He's one of those chubby guys that can hit. I hit dingers kind of guys. He's lost some weight. He's playing second base now.
Wait. So, a man named Jake Berger, he played against what team?
The Knights? The Charlotte? Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me get there. Yeah, I get there. Let me get there. I'm sorry. the shrimp?
Sir, ladies and gentlemen, that's called a layup.
That's
such a layup.
I just pulled a Ben Simmons.
You did.
Yeah, Jake Berger's playing second base now, so it might be that he's coming up to play second base for the White Sox if they don't trade for somebody. So last night he played against the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
So now that the joke is complete,
yes,
you tell me a man named Jake Berger played against the Jumbo Shrimp,
and Jake's best friend, Jace Fry. So you got burger, fries, and shrimp. All you need is a milkshake.
I was about to say, anyone out there named Shake?
Hey, shake. Oh, sorry.
Where did we go wrong?
Good. A lot of places.
Starting with the White Sox.
Oh. Moment of silence. All right. It's an intriguing move for the kid to move over to second base. Essentially, the kid wants to come up. So he's like, I'll play second base just like we have our left fielder playing out there, and he's usually a first baseman. All right. So Berger's be on the watch for Berger to come up. Let's see. I'm going to move over from the Berger story into the next story because it's dead. All right. Chicago's also expressed interest in trading for Arizona Diamondbacks infielder Eduardo Escobar. This is reported by Bob Nightingale of USA Today. He reported today that Escobar is one of the interests for the White Sox. Escobar's 32. He's hitting .240, 15 home runs, 45 RBIs, 743 OPS in 70 games this season.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't he on the Twins at some point as well as the Red Sox, right?
Yes.
He was on the Reds. Yeah. So I mean, like this is a solid MLB player, versatile guy. I mean,
they're looking for some pop.
They're looking for some pop, and they definitely need to fill the hole that's left by Madrigal. You know what I mean? Like they're running out of options at second base.
We don't have any fielders, outfielders. So what the hell's going on? We have nobody at second base. Yeah, we have three people that play every day.
Just hit it up the middle, and there you go.
Usually you pay double for that kind of action, Cotton.
Oh, that's exactly what's happening right now. That's what happened with the Astros. They kicked our ass.
They did. They did. I mean, you know, the funny thing is that you had the big guy go out there and pitch for you, Lance Lynn.
Oh, Lynn.
Lance Lynn went out there.
He got rocked.
He got rocked by the Astros because he's never been good against the Astros.
No.
And then Keuchel went out there against his old team, and he
got rocked.
He got rocked too. So I mean, what's going on there?
So MLB, go check them garbage cans because it's a lot of funny business going on down there.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. So Hans said when he talked to the media that he's made it clear that during the spring training that the goal is the World Series. That was his goal. For the next several weeks, we're going to go find out a lot more about what our own internal options are capable of doing, those that are active, and what those are on the IL may be capable of contributing in the second half. So what he's talking about is talking about Eloy and Lubob.
Your free agents?
Yeah. So
I'll keep harping on that. It's basically two free agents.
Right. So that the hope is that they come back in August. All right. So, but that's after the trade deadline. So, we're in a spot where like we still have a lead. I think it's 2.5 right now.
Yep.
But that's not going to last long with the players that we have.
It's not going to last long if your spark plugs that you had at the beginning of the season are no longer doing the thing that they did to help you get in the first place.
No, your main Mercedes isn't hitting.
Yeah.
0 for 19.
Yeah, and I saw a stat that said something like the difference between what his year before the 3-0 incident, quote unquote, versus since then, he's just been terrible.
Yeah, so
he has one home run and a bunch of strikeouts and nothing.
I don't know if he lost his confidence or what it is. I don't know.
Well, because you got to remember, this is not like a guy that was a highly touted prospect. This is a guy that just came up to fill a spot in the beginning of the season and has been trying to get into the leagues all this time. So he found his groove, he found his way, and La Russa stomped that out. That's exactly what happens to your Mercedes.
He killed his confidence.
100%. This guy that's been in Major League Baseball since 1902, okay? Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was the bat boy on the 1908 Cubs World Series. Okay, that's how old this dusty old man is.
Here, Mr. Babe Ruth, here's your bat.
he completely took the spirit of this young player who finally made his way to the major leagues.
Maybe he needs it to stay alive.
He needs something. I don't know. He's like a vampire sucking the souls out of young people. I don't know what the hell is going on. But yeah, I mean, it's. I was really hoping for a guy like him to have a true success story in MLB.
Right.
And it's not. It's not saying that it can't happen, but the difference between what we saw of him in the beginning of the season and what we're seeing now is significant.
Yeah. So he might be a casualty.
Yeah.
If they trade for somebody, like, oh, we need that roster spot.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
It's as simple as that. All right, so let's take a pause for the cause and hear a word from our sponsors.
Oh, well, there's strikes 2 and 3 right there.
I think I'll perplex him with my slow ball.
1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out.
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride, so do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15.
For 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
Welcome back to the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with E-Roc and Big-Z.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what time it is, brother?
Uh-oh.
It's that time again. It's time for Stirring the Pot. All right, man. So again, summertime theme.
It's officially summer now.
Oh, yes, it is official.
Yeah.
Sunday was the first day, right? So when you go get a nice cold treat in the summer, and there's a long line on Taylor Street, you got to go get that Italian Ice, brother.
Yeah.
Italian Ice is a yay or is it a nay summer treat for you?
Let me explain something to you.
Oh, boy.
Let me explain something to you real quick.
Oh, boy.
When you
might run out of tape.
Are outside on a hot summer day and you go around Taylor Street and you see that long-ass line to go get that mediocre-ass frozen lemonade, you will not see me at the end of that line, sir.
Oh, man, they got different flavors. They didn't got to be just lemonade. I mean, you can get the pineapple, you can get the watermelon, the cucumber.
If I want frozen juice, I will go get a can of concentrate, sir.
Oh, that's just nasty.
Yeah.
That's just nasty.
One scoop at a time, baby.
Ugh.
One scoop, a chug of water. It's the same thing, man.
It is
frozen.
not.
It's just frozen juice.
It is not just
freezer. I got a freezer. I can't make ice cream.
You got two freezers.
Yeah, I know. But you know what I mean? Like, I can't make chocolate ice cream in my freezer just by putting juice in it. I could do.
Ew, that's disgusting.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the world is back to normal. We disagree. I can't believe this.
Well, so, what's your favorite flavor then?
I usually go with pineapple. I'm a pineapple guy.
Where's your place?
It could be Taylor Street, but there's a couple new spots now. There's one on Sacramento right before Fullerton. I don't know the name of it. And then there's one on Western right by the 606.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to be a sponsor on the show.
Yeah. So stop hating on it.
All right, man. Before we go, what you looking at? What have you been watching that isn't sports?
Holy Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. I got a good show, people. Titans.
Okay.
It's on HBO. So it's literally the story of Robin leaving Batman and trying to have his own legacy.
Okay.
It is dark. There's swearing. It sometimes it can be a little bit gory with the action because he actually beats up people pretty bad, and it does follow pretty along with a lot of the comics where it's Dick Grayson and the other Robin comes in. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Something Todd. Yeah, Jason Todd.
Okay. I believe you.
And then they actually did a crossover episode where they introduced.
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol. Thank you.
Yeah.
So there's an episode that crosses over in season 1, episode 3. So
I kind of lagged on Doom Patrol because I really didn't understand what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
And for me, that's really like weird because I will stick to anything eventually. But but I was like actively trying to watch it, and I was like, I am very confused.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes about 8 episodes of Doom Patrol to finally figure out what the hell's going on.
Okay.
But yeah, so they introduced them in Titans. 2 seasons. I went through season 1 really quickly because it's just like it's a cliffhanger after cliffhanger every episode. So it's really good.
It draws you in.
And then they mention Batman, so you don't see Batman until season 2.
So he exists.
He does exist,
but not. Yeah.
He's mentioned. They mentioned the Riddler. They mentioned the Penguin.
Right.
There's an episode where they actually show the Joker somewhat.
Okay.
But it's really good, man. I really enjoy it. It's sometimes like I talked about like the animation. DC animation is way better than the movies, where it's the opposite for Marvel. This is one of the shows. This one and Doom Patrol, like once you finish Doom Patrol, you can understand what's going on. But it's gory, it's different, it's dark, and that's what I like about it.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
What are you watching?
Awesome. So over the weekend on Father's Day, we sat down and watched that new movie on Disney called Luca.
Oh, yeah, how is it?
And it was pretty good. Pretty good. This is basically a story about like Italian sea monster, mer people type of thing. That when they come to the surface, they become human.
Oh wow!
So they're navigating that, and as they kind of go through the town, they see that these people that live in the town, the humans, like really hate sea monsters because they think they're out to get them, and it's just kind of they're sea monsters,
right?
Technically, so. But yeah, I mean, like it was a really cool story, about friendship, about acceptance, and especially during Pride Month, it's important. So yeah, we enjoyed it. The parts where I didn't fall asleep, because I always fall asleep in every movie. At least I always find right before the plot point to take about 10-minute nap in every single movie I watch. So that's exactly what happened there. But yeah, it was a good movie. It was fun to kind of sit around with the kids on Father's Day and watch a new movie.
That's awesome.
So speaking of watching shows, we want to remind you to come out tonight, June 24th, for an evening of comedy with Pat Tomasulo and friends. You can buy your tickets at MikeyOShow.com, sponsored by 606 Media, and $5 off when you mention the TCSF podcast. Again, that's over at Joe's on Weed Street, Mikey O Comedy Show, June 24th, 7:30 p.m. evening with Pat Tomasulo and friends.
Yeah, Mikey O is on a roll. If you're not a friend with him on Facebook or Instagram, go do that now.
It's a lot of fun.
He is putting out good shows after good shows, and they're packed houses. So make sure you get your tickets. Come see us there.
He's did the Cigar Social.
It's sold out already.
Yeah. So he's got a lot of really cool events. So definitely go check him out. MikeyOShow.com. And like I said, if you mention our show, you will get $5 off your ticket for tonight's show. All right, y'all, that is it for today. Thank you so much for listening. A big thank you to our sponsors, 606 Media, True Chicago Sports Fans, ACSI, and Grit Clothing Company. Don't forget to go to gritclothingco.com and get your official TCSF podcast t-shirt. Search for keyword True Chicago and use our promo code TrueFan15 at checkout for 15% off of your entire order. That's TrueFan15. Go and get your shirts right now. And don't forget to check out our new friends at ACSI.Tech and go get you a job. Check out their career section to start a new exciting career in the communications industry. Shout out to Mike Logic and Ideal. The new episode of the All Net Podcast is available every other Monday. Check them out right now for the best analysis of the NBA playoffs and listen to Mike cry about LeBron. Don't forget to check out the Shine Native Radio Podcast, now available on all major platforms. Mike Logic, Ideal, Throw MC, and Words talk about sports, movies, and all types of ills. Go check them out right now. Shout out to Ronesh and shout out to Panic for the beats we play on today's show. Check out paniconthebeat.com for all your Mole Men merch and gear. And don't forget to check us out on social media. You can find us at True Chi Fans on Twitter. That's at True CHI Fans on Twitter. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and reach out to us on our email, our DMs. Check us out. Talk to us. Tell us what you think. We want to hear from you guys. You can also reach us at truechicagosportsfans@gmail.com. All right, y'all. For Big Z, this is E-Roc. We will see you next week for episode 51. Until then, be good to each other.
For love of sports.
We love you, Chicago.
Yes, we do.
A few moments later.
You have a lot of incest.
That's real.
Shut your mouth, lover boy.
Nature versus nurture, Lodge. Nature always wins.
I think he's on steroids.
Hasta luego, amigos. That's all. Oh, I shouldn't have had those artichoke poppers.